Tired of waiting in endless, frustrating lines at the DMV? Well, you are in the right place. Today, we're going to discover exactly how you can save a massive amount of time and effort by scheduling your DMV appointment online in Michigan. In this explainer, we're going to unravel the whole step-by-step process that'll honestly have you saying goodbye to those unnecessary waits for good. We are going to show you exactly how to bypass the frustration and completely take back control of your schedule. I mean, we've all been there, right? You're sitting in those hard plastic chairs, constantly staring at the clock, clutching a little paper ticket, and just wondering if you'll actually make it back to work on time. The traditional walk-in experience at the Secretary of State, or SOS as we call it here, can be an absolute drain on your day. But here's the really good news. It completely doesn't have to be this way anymore. The system has totally modernized, and understanding how to navigate it is basically your ultimate time-saving superpower. All right, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover 1. Why schedule online, 2. Pre-appointment preparation, 3. A step-by-step guide, 4. What to expect, 5. Troubleshooting, and 6. Closing and resources. Starting us off with Section 1. Why schedule online? We're calling this part bypassing the walk-up gamble. You know, the pandemic absolutely changed how the Michigan Secretary of State operates. And honestly, many of these changes are permanent. For anyone who values their time, this is a massive upgrade. There's a core difference between the two approaches you can take today. If you choose the walk-up experience, you arrive unannounced, and a greeter stationed at the door will try to help you. But here is the catch, and it's a big one. They can only help you if there actually happens to be an open slot that exact day. It is literally a gamble. On the flip side, the appointment experience, that gives you an absolute guarantee. The SOS has structured this so that if you book ahead, you should expect an average turnaround time of just 20 minutes to get in, get your transaction done, and get right out. To really understand why this hybrid system even exists, we kind of need to look at the recent political landscape. There's been this ongoing debate where bipartisan majorities in the Michigan legislature passed bills urging a return to mandatory walk-in services for same-day transactions. In response to that, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson implemented the greeter system. Her argument is that having staff right there to help walk-up schedule appointments, potentially for that same day, satisfies that legislative push. So the main takeaway here is that while walk-ups are technically allowed, you are still ultimately being slotted into an appointment-based framework. Booking it yourself online just cuts out the middleman entirely. Moving on to Section 2, pre-appointment preparation, or as I like to call it, gather your gear. Okay, before you even think about opening your web browser to schedule, you need to have everything ready to go. Because trust me, there is absolutely nothing worse than securing a coveted appointment slot, waiting in line, and then getting turned away because you forgot a single piece of paper. So, here is your mandatory checklist, which is especially crucial if you are applying for a first-time license or upgrading to a real ID. You are going to need rock-solid proof of identity, a valid social security number, and proof of legal presence. But I want you to pay extra close attention to that last point. 2 proofs of Michigan residency. These need to be recent. We're talking a utility bill or bank statement issued within the last 90 days. Interestingly enough, the SOS actually allows electronic copies for those specific residency proofs. But for your identity and citizenship documents, no way, you have to bring the physical originals. Oh, and make sure your name matches across all these documents. Otherwise, you're going to need a legal name change document to bridge the gap. All right, Section 3, our step-by-step guide to scheduling online. Let's secure your spot. Now, we are getting to the really good stuff, the literal keystrokes you need to secure your appointment on the Michigan SOS website. And hey, even if you aren't exactly a tech expert, I promise this process is incredibly straightforward. Just follow these 4 simple clicks. First up, navigate to michigan.gov/SOS. Right there on the homepage, you are going to see a very clear button that says Schedule a Visit. Next, the system is going to ask what you actually need to do. Maybe you're renewing an ID, taking a driver's skills test, or transferring a title. Selecting the exact right transaction type is vital because it ensures the system tells you precisely what documents to bring. Finally, just choose your preferred branch and pick from the available time slots. And get this, you can actually book up to 6 months in advance. Okay, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to this. See those 2 specific times, 8 a.m. and 12 p.m.? This is an incredible insider secret. If you look at the calendar and it seems like everything is booked out for weeks, do not panic. The SOS actually releases a massive batch of next-day appointments exactly at 8 a.m. and noon every single weekday. These act as kind of an operational release valve for high demand, but be warned, it's like trying to get front-row concert tickets. You need to be on the website, refreshing the page exactly at those times because these coveted next-day slots can fill up in just minutes. But hey, what if you or a family member don't have reliable internet access? Or maybe the website is just running incredibly slow. Don't worry, the state has a dedicated, centralized customer service line just for this. You can call 888-SOS-MESH. That's 888-767-6424. The agents on the phone have access to the exact same calendar you see online, and they can manually snag those advanced or next-day slots for you. Let's move to Section 4. What to expect after scheduling. It's time to check your inbox. So let's talk about what happens the second you hit submit. This post-booking phase creates a digital paper trail, and you really need to keep an eye out for it. I want you to burn this exact sender address into your memory. The system will dispatch an automated verification email from noreply-cars@michigan.gov. If you don't see that pop into your inbox within a few minutes, immediately go search your spam or junk folders for that address. This email isn't just a basic receipt. It actually contains direct links to easily modify or cancel your booking if your plans suddenly change. And here is your game plan for the actual day of the appointment. First, arrive on time. Don't be exceedingly early or late because the whole system relies on this schedule to prevent lobby crowding. Obviously, have all those original documents we talked about right in your hand. A huge pro tip here is to opt in for the text message reminder when you book your slot. It actually allows you to use text prompts to change your appointment on the fly if traffic is bad. And finally, just relax. The state's data shows you should expect to complete your business in about 20 minutes total. Which brings us to Section 5, troubleshooting common issues. Remember, don't panic. Of course, technology isn't perfect, and life happens. If you do hit a snag, this next bit is probably the most common source of anxiety. Say you know for a fact you booked a slot, but that confirmation email is just nowhere to be found. Or perhaps a sudden conflict pops up, you need to cancel, and you want to be a good neighbor and free up that slot for a fellow Michigander. Well, your immediate digital solution is the Find My Visit tool, which is located right there on the main SOS scheduling page. It's so easy. All you have to do is input the phone number or email you used to book it, and the system will instantly pull up your active reservations. From there, you can easily cancel or reschedule with just a click. Now, you also really need to avoid these common traps. The state uses these automated security filters, which are basically designed to prevent what they call artificial slot depletion. So if you try to use a fake email address or if you try to book multiple slots at different times just to hedge your bets, the system will automatically detect that and delete your reservations without even warning you. Also, here's a super common mistake for parents. Always book the visit in the name of the person actually receiving the service. So if your teenager's getting their permit, put their name on the reservation, even if you are using your own email address for the confirmation. Finally, we've reached Section 6, closing and additional resources. You are fully ready for this. You now have all the tools and insider knowledge you need to navigate the DMV flawlessly. But to wrap up, it's really important to highlight the state's highly flexible Wednesday hours. If you work a standard 9-to-5 job, you don't even have to burn your paid time off just to get your license renewed. Most offices across Michigan completely shift their Wednesday hours to run from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for the 4 branches located in the Central Time Zone, they operate from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's a really small but incredibly powerful detail that makes scheduling significantly easier for working folks. Now, just a quick heads up here for our standard disclaimer. Government policies and website layouts can and do update, so while all this information is highly accurate as of our production date, we always highly recommend verifying the latest details and specific document requirements independently directly at michigan.gov/SOS. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to beat those lines and finally take back your afternoon? Armed with these tips, those 8 a.m. next day slot drops, and a crystal clear understanding of the digital system, going to the DMV literally no longer has to be a chore you dread. So go ahead, jump online and book your slot today. If you found this explainer helpful and empowering, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more life-saving, structured explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for joining me today, and happy scheduling.